What's happening? It's time to get manly, you big fanny.
You son of a bitch.
Let's talk about Predator. It's Predator, the sci-fi action masterpiece. It's the dreadlocked gnarly bastard from outer space. He'll steal your skin and your spine. But before we begin, we lost one of the great ones. Action Jackson, Apollo Creed, Dylan himself. Rest in peace, Mr. Carl Weathers.
We've only just begun.
So let's get into it. These are my top 5 reasons why Predator is the best fucking film ever made.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Number 1. It's chopping down half a jungle forest with machine guns. This is so mental. Now, I always like to start these lists with one small moment in the movie that I feel encapsulates the film as a whole. And it's this moment that makes the number 1 spot on the list. Why? Because it's a group of giant macho manly men mowing down a jungle with the most over-the-top firepower you've ever seen. It's loud, it's stupid, and I love every single second of it.
Great fucking movie.
Number 2. It's all the nonsense around the creation of the Predator suit. Without a doubt, the Predator suit is one of the best created and most iconic creature designs in the entire history of Hollywood. But the creation of that suit, well, that's one hell of a long story. So let's begin at the start. The original Predator suit, it was this big alien insectoid creature. And guess who originally played the Predator? None other than the cocaine-fueled machine, the muscles from Brussels. It was only Jean-Claude Van Damme. There he is. But Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of got a bit pissy on the set, and he ended up quitting and leaving. So then one day, John McTiernan, the director, and the cast are sitting around, and they go, you know what? This Predator suit, it's kind of shitty.
Shit, boy.
It's just not working. So let's stop production and let's bring in another designer for the Predator suit. And who did they bring in? The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stan Winston. And the story goes that Stan Winston was sat on a plane with none other than Jim Cameron when Jim Cameron turned to Stan as he was in the middle of drawing this creature. And he said, I always wanted to see something with mandibles. So Stan Winston draws his crab face, and then he remembers an image of a dreadlocked Rastafarian warrior. He puts dreadlocks on it, and there you have it. The dreadlock crustacean that would go down in history as one of the greatest of all time.
I fucking love that guy.
Now, Stan Winston has a big part to play in it. Jean-Claude Van Damme got some love in it. But let's also not forget the man who brought the Predator to life. Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons himself, Mr. Kevin Peter Hall. Kevin Peter Hall brings an actual character to the role, and with his physicality and movement, makes the Predator believable and beautiful.
You know, Stan creates the outside, and then I'm like the spark, you know, like the life that's inside. Without that, you know, you just have a suit.
Number 3, it's John McTiernan. I always like to give the director a shout out on this list, and John McTiernan is quite frankly one of the greatest action directors to have ever done it. Listen to this run of films: Predator, Die Hard, The Hunt for Red October, Medicine Man, fucking Sean Connery cures cancer with ants.
Ants. Ants.
Last Action Hero, Die Hard with a Vengeance. That is a run of action films. And then later on, John McTiernan went to prison. Well, we don't want to talk about that.
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
One of the things that I love about John McTiernan's work is his characters are so broadly painted. You look at the whole platoon involved in Predator, and you know all of the individual characters with such simple means. One wears glasses, one's got a minigun, one's a giant and Native American man who they had to hire a bodyguard to protect other people from him on the set. Yeah, that's fucking true.
There's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man.
John McTiernan. The man's just got a knack for good old-fashioned visual storytelling.
The son of a bitch, no story structure.
Number 4. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, Arnie was going to get a place on the list. How could he not? I'm a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger's films and his action run in the late 80s, early 90s. It's second to none. But of all those films, Predator might be my favorite performance of his.
Stick around.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was larger than life when I was a kid growing up. They don't make movie stars like this anymore. I mean, just look at this guy.
So can you believe how much I am in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up, when I pose out in front of 5,000 people. I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night.
The man likes to come. People used to have a go at Arnold and say the man couldn't act. And yeah, that's kind of true. But there's a reason he became one of the biggest box office stars of the entire history of Hollywood. And that reason is because he is a charisma machine. And this film, this is one of the great examples of why Arnold Schwarzenegger was such a titan in cinema. Just look at him. Fucking hell. Number 5. It's Bill Duke shaving in the jungle. I always like to finish these lists with one thing in the film that burned its image into my brain when I first saw it when I was a little boy. And for some reason, the image of Bill Duke shaving his face in the jungle with a razor as it breaks burned its way into my brain and has never left. It's just such an interesting and bizarre character moment. Do you remember before when I said John McTiernan makes all of his characters pop off the screen? This is the prime example of that. Just this bizarre little crazy moment that has stuck with me for 25 years. Bill Duke shaving in the jungle, then the razor breaks on his face and the blood trickles down his cheek. I don't know, man. It's just a masterpiece.
Bitch, I'm adorable.
So that's it. That's my top 5 reasons why Predator is the best fucking film ever made. If you like these videos, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. I'll be back soon. Thanks for listening. That's it. Ta-ra.